Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna see what happens when a 700 rated player starts cheating in his chess games. So this guy is called Ivan. He used to be in my coaching camp called Junior Masters. And while I was browsing some earlier games that I used to play at that time, I stumbled upon his account. And what I found was absolutely atrocious. Oh wow, this is my chess account. Now, let's look at all the wonderful, brilliant moves I made. Wait, I played a cheater? There's no way I played a cheater, right? Okay, so this is the first game in which our protagonist starts, or rather, our antagonist starts cheating. E4. We play the Scotch Gambit, and our opponent plays this. It's a bad move. And now anybody who's rated 700 would see that that the pawn is hanging. So they would do either queen e2 or bishop f4. But no 700 player would find the amazing move short castles. Let's delete these two. Anyway, this is unfindable. But okay, maybe this is a one off, you know what? This probably is the move of his life. And now knight g4, and the top engine moves rook e1, so he plays it. But rook e1 is logical, it could be played by a human. Queen d8. And don't ask me why he wouldn't just take the free pawn. Why he wouldn't just take the free pawn. I mean, I know it's not free, but he's 700. Do you think he'll see that? And he sacrifices a bishop and gains a pawn. But okay. Maybe he's just zoned in, he's locked in, maybe he's just having the game of his life. Our opponent plays d6 and e takes d6 check, bishop to e7, and now a bit if you're given a chance of winning winning a free bishop and rook, or between giving this check, he decides to give the check. Why? Because giving this check is plus 6.2, taking this is plus 5.4. But okay, I'm giving him a lot of consideration here. At this point, a pattern has formed, but maybe he just spotted a check and he played it. This could be a coincidence. Okay, this takes fine. He takes now. Wasn't this certainly a thing over here? And he moves his queen up. This, and he plays queen to g7. And okay, if you are paying close attention, he is spending around the same anywhere between 7 to 18 seconds on all his moves. And starting from where the book moves end, He's been playing top engine moves so consistently. This and now the top engine move rook to e1. The top engine move that sacrifices a bishop. And now uh, and now there is such a minuscule difference between these two, but he chooses this one because he doesn't know this guy just sees the moves and he reads them. This is the top engine move, this which is the top engine move, this which is okay, I'll give him a free pass for this one. This is easy to find. This which is the top engine move, and rather than gaining a free bishop and a free rook after everything is said and done, he decides to give this check, which is the top engine move. He captures the bishop, which is the top engine move. He goes queen here, which is the top engine move. He moves the queen over here, which is the top engine move. And now white is completely winning because this is not a 700 rated player versus a 1200 rated player. This is a this is stockfish playing against a 1200 rated player, very frankly. And now top engine move again. This top engine move. Wow, spotting that this is pinned. This is a rare thing for someone in the low 700s to spot. If this was a one off, it is definitely ignorable. But it has been these sort of amazing moves have been spotted so many times. King here, obviously queen takes rook. And now, look, looky here. You can go over here. You can go over here, which scares away the queen. You can simply move the rook aside. You can give this check. Well, let's delete all these moves. 1 second. But what in the world is knight to f6 check? Back then, this is the this is the second top engine move, and there's a very good chance that at that point of time it would have been the first top engine move. He goes here and he plays rook takes e7, which is the top engine move. And after this, he plays one thing you could do is hang mate, but this is not mate. You're up. Makes you gives you a 15-point material advantage. But instead, he plays a top engine move queen to d5, then top engine move knight takes d7, and then this rook is hanging, and rather than moving it and doing something with its life, he plays bishop d2, because if he takes, as happens in the game, queen a5 is checkmate. And the accuracy score that white had in this game, it was not 95, it was not 96, 97, 98, it was 100. I'm not joking. Ivan's accuracy score, that is Stockfish accuracy score, was 100. And now this is another game that he played against a high 1100. He plays the Scotch Gambit again, and now he has a free pawn which he can certainly take. But he castles instead, because There is because given how minuscule the difference is, because Castles is the second top engine move, and given the small difference, it is logical that he might have. It is logical that this would have been the top engine move at that time. But anyway, Castles, bishop here, and you would develop this knight over here, or you would bring out your rook, or you would bring out your bishop. You do something, but c3 is a very interesting move that you wouldn't normally expect from somebody who's rated 790. But okay, let's suppose he just so happened to play it. Who knows? He captures, and now what? And if he captures, in anybody below around 14 1500 would auto capture this. And it is and it's very unlikely that they would find this move, which uh, gains a pawn, which gains a pawn by sacrificing the bishop. But okay, maybe he studied the Evans Gambit, which has a line exactly like this. Maybe it might have happened that way. Who knows? Takes, and you can see how small the time usage is. 10 seconds, this 10 seconds, 12 seconds, 11 seconds, 10 seconds, 12 seconds, 7 seconds, 13 seconds, and this is only 2.5 seconds, because this is very quick, because this is a very logical move. Anyway, we get this which is 18 seconds, king f8, and in 9.2 seconds, instead of playing this or this to activate this knight, or rook e1 or anything like that, uh, he plays knight to h4, which is a move I doubt would be played usually, but okay, it's fine. Maybe he just so happened to play it. Who knows? Knight h4, and now knight to f6. And okay, a check, fine. This was given in 8.7 seconds here, and now the top engine. And now you what you would do is keep your queen over here, to make keep it closer to the area of attack, to uh, amplify your attack. So why queen b5 and not queen f3, which maintains an attack? Want to know why? Because queen b5 is plus 2 point. Queen b5 and queen b5 is just a few points higher than queen f3. At least while I was checking it, queen b5 was just a few points higher than queen f3, and it's very possible that when he was playing the move, it could have appeared that way as well. But okay, queen b5 a6, and a check, and now of course we take the rook, and queen b5 took 12 seconds, queen b3 took 15 seconds, and this guy doesn't know about tactics and all that stuff. This guy is just looking at just opening an extra chrome tab, typing in chess analysis board, and then he goes and inputs the moves. It doesn't matter what, he just inputs the moves, and this entire process takes anywhere from uh, 8 to 18 seconds. Because there is no way in hell that he would take 8 seconds for a move as simple as knight takes h8. King takes, and now okay, fine, a developing move. And over here, what a player would normally play is rook over here, this rook over here, or this rook over here. My bad, this rook over here to uh, create a little tension on that file. But I doubt knight to d5 would be played, which is an interesting move. Okay, takes knight over here, and here rook here or rook here could be played, and this is played because it's the top engine move. Queen g5 is played, and I'm gonna ask you something now. Who on earth would play the move f4? F4, what sense does f4 make? F4 does not make any sense. He spends 17 and a half seconds on that move. Takes, and rook f1. And now, if you had a choice between taking trading a knight and simplifying, or between checking, what would you do? Of course, you would check because that's the top engine move. Here, takes. And generally, while you are playing these moves, you should get as close up as possible. So instead of logical queen d3 or queen c2, queen b1 check is played because it is the third top engine move. Queen here and queen f1. And then this, of course, they move the king. And over here, this is interesting. Who will not who on earth would not simply give this check and eventually set up a meeting net? Who I don't know anybody below the rating of I don't know 1600 or something who would set up something like who would play this move. But the idea is actually pretty devious. There's a mating net that's set up. This is checkmate, and you cannot stop it no matter what you do. That's just checkmate. And now let's go to the game review. Who knows? What could be the accuracy? Does this surprise you in any way that he got an accuracy of 97.1? And look, zero inaccuracy, zero mistake, zero miss, zero blunder. There's no way somebody played a game any longer than 20 moves and still got an accuracy that high. There has to be no way. And there is no way. This is frankly just cheating. This guy is cheating. And by the way, look at how low his time is when he played this move. Which human in the planet of Earth would spend 47.3 seconds on the absolutely simple queen to h8 checkmate? Like, nobody spends 47 seconds. They check the analysis board, they find their internet probably is not working, they wait for it to work, and then they finally get it after 47 seconds. That's what happened. Anyway, after two more games of cheating, Born to Shine Ivan 123 was banned from chess.com, and that is why you should never cheat in chess.